everybody to the Hyperbolic podcast. Excited for week 2. Week 1 was a blast. We felt like it went pretty well. I'm Jordan, and this is Bo.
What's up, everybody? We're back again, week 2. Actually, this would be posted on the same week, but
Yeah, well,
they recorded 2 weeks apart. That's all good.
it's all good, yeah.
It's been an eventful week, but
Yeah, a lot of drama, a lot of emotions. Just kidding.
I've been crying a lot this week.
In fact, I can't stop crying.
I was crying right up until you were like, "Let's go."
I had to slap you a little bit.
I was crying, you're like, "Welcome." just doing some warm ups. But I'm good.
Yeah, well, how was your week, Bo? What happened? What's the eventfulness?
Nothing. Worked all weekend. Kind of sucked, but now I'm going on vacation.
Yeah, where are you going?
Going to Boston.
Boston?
First time there.
Really? I thought you'd been there before.
Well, I went to New York with you.
Right, but I thought you went with your girlfriend previously. Oh, I didn't know that.
No, yep. We're gonna go meet her family out there. She's from Massachusetts, so I mean I've met her family before, but
Right, but she's from Boston, right?
no, well she's from Holliston, so it's a town. It's like less than an hour inland from Boston, but it's pretty close.
Okay.
So we're gonna go to the Cape for 4 days. I'm excited.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah, I'm fucking stoked.
That's one of the places I want to go for sure is Boston. I feel like the atmosphere there is really good. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean there's a lot of crime there, but other than that,
well, I mean that's given for big cities, but
right.
one of the things I think about Boston though is I feel like it's a different breed from other cities. You know how like in New York, it's a big city, but they're not like, I mean, they have the Yankees, but really other than the Yankees, they're not really elite in anything as far as sports go, but Boston's kind of been elite.
Yeah, and they take a lot of pride in it.
Yeah, and I feel like I would love that environment so much. Like
I mean, they got the Patriot, yeah.
They got the Patriots, they got the Boston
That's like the
Celtics.
one.
Boston Celtics are arguably one of the best franchises ever in the NBA. Patriots have been great recently because of Tom Brady and the run that they've had. The Bruins are arguably one of the best franchises in hockey history, and that's not even to mention the Sox. Yeah. So I feel like
team.
Yeah,
Man, yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
so I can imagine living in an area where every season everybody's just psyched about every
Right.
sport. You know, that'd be so cool. I think I would have a lot of fun in Boston.
Yeah, and it's old. Remember when we went to D.C. and we went to those towns around D.C. and
Yeah, like Alexandria.
Right.
And, yeah, the guy that played the Devil Went Down to Georgia on the violin. We rolled up and he said, "Any song, pick it, and I'll play it." And I was like, "Oh, here's a hard one for you, Devil Went Down to Georgia," because
it's complicated.
yeah, everybody knows. And he nailed it. I was so impressed. I mean, I was 12 years old, 13 years old.
We were young, but still it was cool.
Pretty easily impressed.
But and also not really going anywhere, new, but it was still cool. But it's like that, I feel. I mean, I've never been, but from what I hear, it has that. It's old. It's shit. That's just how it is, and some of the streets are just still really old looking, and I'm excited to go there. A lot of history places.
Yeah. Well, and another thing, you go to places like I've been to San Diego or other places in California, and there's no rhyme or reason really for how they built the city. There's just kind of streets going everywhere. And I'm from Utah, so everything is just block form in Utah. I mean, New York City's like that, but everything is kind of cut and dry. You have your 100 South, 200 South, 300 South, cut and dry block. It's a grid. And you go somewhere like San Diego or Boston or bigger cities like that, and
there's not a straight road in the whole damn
just
city.
A fucking spaghetti bowl.
Yeah, it's fucking awful.
Oh yeah, it's down on Carter Street.
Yeah, I've always been so confused about that. They're like, especially in huge cities, they'll be like, "Oh, give me your address real quick," and they'll be like, "Oh, Anthem Street 30." 32 Anthem Street, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah."
You see a Jiffy Lube, you'll go down about 20 yards past the Jiffy Lube. I'm on the left. I'll be like the third row of buildings down by a patch of grass with a bush in front, and you're like, "Oh, can you just give me a number?" What can I put in my phone that takes me to your place,
Yeah, well, if you don't know this name, the street names, okay, well, someone gives you your, I mean, it's a little bit different in Salt Lake, but in not the rest of Utah, it's like, okay, I live at 300 West, 250 North. You know, it's always, and you just follow the grid up to it.
Yeah, and well, even like, I mean, I guess this would probably be the case for me if I grew up in a place like that. But like, small town I grew up in, if somebody was like, "Oh, I'm in the red house on 400
On 400
West
West.
and 300 North, and we're the ones with the Dodge parked out front," I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know which house you're talking
I
about.
see it every day.
I
Yeah.
see it every day on my way to school or
Right.
something." Maybe I would be more comfortable with it if I grew up there, but it's still weird to me. Like,
Yeah.
you actually have to stop and ask for directions now, when you go to places. But us millennials, we like to tack it in our phone.
Let my phone do it.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm really excited. It's going to be good. I've been needing a vacation. I've been wanting to get the fuck out.
Yeah, I feel you.
I want to go to Taiwan.
I also want to go to Taiwan.
It's going to happen, like, soon.
Yeah, I feel like it needs to happen next summer. Or
Yeah.
maybe we should plan one, like, when the semester's out. Like, the day after classes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. But anyway, how have you been?
I've been all right. Nothing special in particular has happened to me recently. I go to the gym in the morning and I go to work. I mean, now I get Fridays off, so
Yeah, that's good.
it's pretty sick. I have school starting soon. That's going to be fun. I just got season tickets for the University of Utah football games this year.
Oh, damn.
Pretty stoked about that. Last year I went to probably like 4 of them. And I went to the tailgating lot with my family and hung out with them, and it was a great time. My cousin Aaron was in a Guns N' Roses cover band, and somebody brought a bus with a platform on the back, and they came to the tailgating lot and performed out of the back of the bus. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's sick.
Sick environment. Another guy was walking around. This is hilarious. Another guy was walking around. He had made a weed sprayer backpack.
Oh, yeah, you told me. I just filled it with alcohol.
He filled it with Fireball and something
God.
else. So he would just walk around with his backpack, and he would take it off every so often and pump up the pressure, And then he'd walk around with a little nozzle, and he'd just say, "Hey, you want some?" And then he'd be like, he'd look side to side, "Yes." And he'd be like, "Are you 21?"
Yeah.
Do the same thing, side to side, "Yes." "Okay, come here." And he'd squirt some in your mouth, and you get a little shot of Fireball.
Damn.
I think it was like Fireball and horchata or something. But yeah, it was pretty good. I don't like Fireball, but
I don't either.
it was a good time. It was fun to watch the University of Utah last year. They're going to be a pretty good team this year. Pretty excited for it. Like, they're thinking they're going to be a national champion contender this year, I think. I don't know that much about it. I know you don't know.
I don't know shit about college sports. I don't give a fuck.
But it should be fun this year. I'm pretty excited for it.
That's cool. Oh, my hell. Did you hear about the shooting today?
Which one?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
That was my next, yeah. That's cool.
the one in El Paso, which was crazy because I think the guy just surrendered. Like, he got done with the spree and he just kind of
Put his shit down.
put his shit down and let him arrest him. And yeah, it was wild.
Damn.
It's a terrible, terrible thing. How
Six, and
I thought it was like 9.
the crazy thing was,
killed.
well, there's 6 killed and like 30 something injured. Like, it was a lot of
That's
victims.
So terrible. I know that the Ohio one, the guy that did the shooting, the offender. How would you say that?
The shooter.
The shooter. Yeah, that's probably the best way to say it.
Yeah.
I know he got shot and killed by the police.
Mhm.
I know, but the guy in El Paso got arrested, which is wild, man.
Yeah,
the way
rare.
that went down is just so weird.
Super rare.
I don't know very many details. I know that the El Paso one was in a Walmart, and I think there was 29 people total, and like 20 of them were killed. Does that sound about right?
I don't know.
I
I don't know the numbers on that one, but
I need to look into it because
so sad.
it is so sad. I can't believe somebody could do that.
Yeah, it's not good.
But do you know any details about the Ohio one? Because could you fill me in, or do you?
No, I don't know. I just got the news update from Google today. I was at work, but And then we talked about it a little bit, but I don't know much.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's very sad. Anyway, on a better note, we can get away from that depressing shit.
Yeah.
Got anything you want to talk about? I know you have a few things.
Yeah, I do. One of them.
Well, we both have.
We both have a few things, but I think the one I want to talk about first is the one we've talked about already is
the protesters.
No, we'll hit that one later.
Okay.
Because I want to build up to that one. That one's pretty good.
Okay.
Why in the fuck? Okay.
Okay.
Am I constantly getting notifications and suggestions on my social media for people that have done their
Okay, well,
so basically I'm constantly reminded by people that are either 4 years older than me or 4 years younger than me are opening social media pages of them doing nails
yeah,
and hair.
nails and hair.
How fucking plain can you be, for real?
Dude, I don't know. And some of them are so boring too. They're all like, it's all the same.
You scroll down their page
And nothing
and it's
changes.
a set of hands sitting on top of each other.
Yeah.
And they just, it's the same fucking nails, just a different color.
Every
you
time.
scroll through, maybe a different set of hands or something, you know? You got the chubby hands, you got the really fat hands that have a wedding ring that's sucked
about
into
to
their
snap.
skin. You know, one that they have to get off and use that floss trick that people use to get the rings off. And then you have the little petite skinny
Well, then you have
hands.
like 12-year-olds.
12-year-olds,
Yeah.
And
Well,
they're
it's all the same shit.
They're all the same. It's like this girl does gel nails or something. I don't know anything about nails, but they do like gel nails or acrylics, and they're all the same shape. They're like pointy on the end. And they'll all be the same color, and then you got fucking... One of them has a flower on it or something. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah.
'Cause you gotta be different.
The ring finger
You're not
has
plain.
a tiny diamond on it.
Because God forbid you're plain, you know.
Yeah, God forbid you don't have a flower on your nail. Yeah.
But it's that and it's hair. Because I see hair and it's literally just, they just fucking take a picture of a chick or a guy, I guess. I haven't seen any guy ones.
Yeah, not really. That's pretty rare.
But they just take a picture of the back of a girl's head that they just did their hair. It's like, what the fuck? This is... Oh, yeah, like you get my follow. You deserve my follow for sure.
Yeah.
Because this is what I'm interested in.
Yeah, it's weird that you get those so much too. I could see if you already followed a bunch of those accounts that would keep suggesting those to you, but...
Well, and it's like, the accounts are... Think of the most Utah names you can think of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like...
Shaylee, Leigh.
Yeah, something along those lines. It's their name and then nails.
Mm-hmm.
And they went on Twitter and said, hey, can somebody make me a logo for my fucking nail page?
Yeah. It's just their name in cursive and then nails.
Yeah, and then there's like a white
Helvetica.
circle around it or something, you know?
Yeah.
So it kind of looks like the old Italian pizza restaurants, you know? They have the circle. It's their name's like kind of, like fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then nails underneath the bottom. Nails. Fashion.
Yep.
So that's my bug about it is like, we've capped
It's all
out.
the same.
We've capped out on nails.
Yeah, they're all the
I
same.
understand having a page over something that is like genuinely
Well, like clothes.
expanding, like clothes or fashion, because it's ever changing. It's always something new. It's always something cool, you know. But nails,
Yeah, we're done.
they're
with nails.
fucking pink. Cool.
Yeah, Jordan hates these accounts. All right. So the next thing I want to bring up is the protesters we saw the other day on our way to lunch.
Yeah. Hey, Bo, you want to know the craziest shit I've ever heard in my whole life? Craziest fucking thing I've ever heard?
Well, before you say what it is that they're protesting.
Okay, yeah, let's take a second and let's let everybody try to guess.
I'll explain the situation. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. All right. So it's a bunch of protesters standing outside the street. They have signs. It's maybe 20 or less. It's not a big turnout. Like, it's probably 15 people.
Yeah, okay, and they're also in front of an IHOP.
Oh, yeah.
On the corner.
Yeah, they're on the corner in front of IHOP. So they're all old people.
There's a few young
Women.
females.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few young girls,
But they weren't young. Like, even the young girls were 30.
yeah. Well, I can tell you that a college guy's not going to go out to one
Right.
of these protests.
Well, and then all the guys are pretty old. And then there were some pretty old women, too, like in their 50s and 60s. Just for this, the thing, like, they're just old to be doing this. It's
Yeah.
like, go do something else.
Well, and definitely the most enthusiastic person there was the
guy,
the oldest man.
Yeah,
He
so
was super
old.
enthusiastic about this for
Old,
some weird
super
reason.
skinny, super old and bald. All right, so I'll describe him, and then you can say what their sign, his sign
You
says.
guys, guesses are in. You guys got your guesses?
Wait, I want to describe his clothes first. So he's super old and bald, and he's wearing a really nice white suit, all white suit with a black tie.
Yeah, it actually looked kind of fresh.
And then his crotch was covered in blood, fake blood.
Yeah, red paint.
Yeah, red paint. But his was everyone else had like the circle, like a red circle on their crotch. But he had like paint. It ruined his pants.
And I think he had like a baseball cap on, didn't he?
He was the bald one.
Okay, so I'm thinking of a
guy.
different old guy that had white clothes on and a baseball cap.
Uh-huh.
But he. Okay, so the
Yeah.
guesses are in. I bet you everybody's gonna go, oh, it's about periods
Oh,
or
yeah,
some
that's
shit
good.
like that. Nah, it's not. Tell him, Bo.
All right. Their signs.
Oh wait, hold up. I gotta say it like I said it earlier.
Okay.
Hey, Bo. You want to know the craziest shit I've ever heard in my whole life?
Yeah. I do.
Yeah. Did you know, Bo, that circumcision is a lifelong injury?
Their signs were saying how circumcision is a sin, and
Wait, they said it was a sin?
Yeah,
I didn't catch that
the
one.
hot girl had this. It said circumcision is a sin.
That's kind of counterintuitive if you ask me.
Right.
Because I feel like personally, I don't know that. I'm not an expert on circumcision. Sorry. I feel like most of circumcision comes from religion.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's where it started.
yeah. I mean, I guess unless she's probably part of religion. Well, I don't even know. I don't fucking know. I don't know what religions do it.
Jews.
Jews don't get circumcised.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
None of them were Jewish. None of
Well,
them.
it's hard to tell, but
Well,
if I were to bet money on it, yeah.
Yeah, I
none
bet
of
they're
them were
not.
Jews.
but yeah, it was weird. I was laughing. Everyone was laughing at them, dude. It was so embarrassing.
Well, we just pulled up in my truck at this
At a stoplight.
at the stoplight, and I remember like, hey, Bo, you gotta laugh as loud as you can.
Yeah.
And we rolled the windows down, and we looked over him like we were interested, and we were like, wow, you guys, we were like, we had that face, and then we just started laughing, cackling as loud as we could, and drove away.
Dude, they're handing out flyers to people parked at the stoplight. You're like, remember it?
Well, I remember the guy walked out while there was a green light, and he was taking his fucking time. He's walking around handing
to the car
flyers.
right in front of us.
And I remember leaning out and just saying, dude, get out of the way.
Yeah, and honking, and it's like, dude,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was annoying, but it was so funny. Like, of all the things you can protest, especially now, everyone's protesting everything.
Well, for real, how can you be upset about that? Like, do you remember getting circumcised? I mean, I assume.
Yeah.
But do you remember it?
No.
I sure as fuck don't.
Well, yeah, you were
I was
day old.
I was 20 seconds old.
No, I think they do it a little later.
Oh,
Like
well,
I
don't know.
Maybe not. I don't know, but it's not.
It's pretty
right.
early.
Yeah.
It's not more than 2 days after you're born.
Right.
I would guess.
Let's look it up. But yeah, it's the dumbest thing.
If you're mad about that, something that you don't remember, it's just ridiculous. It's just stupid. You have to have some form of hatred in there, for organized religion or
Yeah.
for
Well, something seated
something
early.
deep seated.
Yeah.
Like maybe the guy feels like if he wasn't circumcised, his penis would be bigger or something. You know what I mean? Like.
It doesn't feel as good.
Yeah, well,
They
like,
talk about that all the time.
oh yeah, that's what we talked about too. Definitely, the only reason the females are there is because they like having sex with a man
Oh yeah.
that is uncircumcised. Only reason they're there. They don't give a fuck about anything else. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
All right, so this says routine circumcision is usually performed during the first 10 days, but more than often within the first 48 hours. So,
Okay, so 2 days, but I guess 10 days is a possibility.
dude, it says most of the time in a hospital or for some religious rituals, circumcisions are done at home.
What?
Yeah.
Is that like Is that like putting the umbilical cord in the freezer and eating it later?
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
They throw it on a frying pan and fry it up and eat it or something?
Did you fucking hear about that woman who kept her baby in the freezer?
And the son
Found it after
the son found it after she passed away, and he told the story that he had asked her what it was, and she told him that it was their wedding cake.
Oh, topper. The topper.
They froze in the freezer. But we didn't say it, did we? They found a fetus in the freezer.
Yeah, like a real baby.
Fetus.
Like a stillborn.
Yeah, stillborn child. I think it was a couple days old. Like
No.
it was born. Am I wrong?
You're way wrong.
Okay, but I'm wrong about that. But I do know that they carbon dated the baby.
Oh yeah, no,
to be
yeah,
like 50 years old, and the kid was like 27 or 28.
No, he was 40. No, well, so he was 48, and he was like, it's been in there ever since I can remember.
Yeah, it was in there his whole life, and they carbon dated it to be like 10 years older than him.
Yeah.
So she had the stillborn child put in the freezer 10 years before they had him, and then they had him, and he found it after his mother died.
Well, yeah, he's cleaning
and
up
he was
the freezer.
pilfering the freezer because he's a poor guy that probably needs food or something. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what I'm gonna do when my parents die. I'm gonna take all their food. Obviously, why would you do that away? But
yeah, but still, you have to do something with it. You have to take it, throw it away. And he was like, "What the hell is this?"
Oh, I finally get to see my parents' wedding topper, wedding cake topper. How exciting! Oh, God,
that is so horrifying.
That's a very interesting wedding cake topper.
Wow. Yeah, that's a yikes. That's a yikes for me, dog.
But I want to get back to the circumcision thing.
Okay.
Because I just don't understand, man. Can I get an explanation why people are so passionate about that? Where's your thoughts? Where is this seated? Like, why do you think that it's a lifelong injury?
I mean, it is a lifelong injury.
I mean, I guess I should look. I mean, you got scar tissue on me, but I don't walk around every day and go, "Oh my."
I wish I wasn't.
I wish I wasn't circumcised. I'm getting. Oh, this hurts, man. This hurts.
I don't think they think it hurts. I just think they're like, it's like you're making the decision for them, and it's a bad decision, and you can't take it back. That kind of thing. Actually, yeah.
And if I'm a betting man too, I would say that the people that are protesting that are also the same people that have cats that are vegan.
Yeah.
So.
Well, for sure. I mean, they all run in the same.
Have you seen the trailer for the new Zombieland? Zombieland 2?
Zombieland 2.
What do they call it?
Double tap.
Double tap?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of a yikers. But that's one of the rules.
Right.
You watched it recently again.
Yeah, I did, but...
I watched it like a month ago. I didn't finish it.
I was scrolling through Netflix trying to find something to watch because I've hit the bottom of the barrel. And I saw Zombieland and I got really excited to watch Zombieland. And I watched Zombieland and I don't know why I was excited to watch Zombieland. Because I got to the end, it's not a very good movie.
No, it's so bad.
It's horrible.
The thing is it comes out so strong. It's an action. It's about surviving. It's all its rules. There's killing the zombies. And there's not a lot of acting.
Because that kind of scratches that part of everybody's brain that they... Right. Everybody has their little gruesome side. They're like, oh, fuck yeah, I'd love to kill a zombie.
Yeah.
Cause,
and he's like, oh, he's so smart. He's thinking of all these rules he lives by. And everyone loves that.
But
then the acting happens.
I remember when we were kids, too, the appeal of zombie movies. Because I remember watching The Walking Dead when it first came out. Don't you remember setting it up in your mom's apartment and watching it on my Kindle Fire? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were teenagers when the Kindle Fire came out. That's how young we are. And... it was good. It was great. I haven't been excited to watch something like that since then. So, I mean, except for maybe Game of Thrones, but anyways, getting back to Zombieland, it's not good.
Yeah, I couldn't finish it.
I mean, I finished it, but the only reason I finished it is because, spoiler alert, if you really care about your spoilers for Zombieland, skip 15 seconds in the future. I wanted to see how he got his Twinkie.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I cared about throughout the whole movie.
You didn't remember that from middle school?
I remember it happened, and I remember that he had like shot a hole in the door, and it hit the Twinkie in the park, and he was so mad about it. That's what I remembered, so I had to see the end of that. But Dude, the whole movie is a disaster.
So funny when he kills Bill Murray though.
Yeah.
So funny.
Because they're talking and they're like, yeah, they're in there. They're probably kissing or something.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, check this out.
I'll scare
and
him.
he goes,
Because he's still in his zombie garb.
and he goes, and starts walking into the room, and the kid just
Holy shit!
jumps up, blows a hole in him, and
He's like,
Tallahassee
oh my God.
walks in and he goes, oh my God, you fucking killed Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Which
Oh yeah.
is-
Well, and he's all, oh, it's okay, guys. I got him. He's like, no, he's not. And then he's like, you got me, kid. You got me.
and
Really
then, and
good.
then he says, oh, I killed fucking Bill Murray. Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, that part was pretty good. But man, after that, it gets pretty painful. But yeah, number 2.
I mean, well, let's keep talking about number 1. The love story is so,
Yeah.
you know, ugh. I don't need to say anything.
Yeah, it's
I don't have
just
anything
not
to
good.
say. Just
It's just
you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. You
It's
know
the
that
very cliche apocalyptic. They only even fall in love because of the last 2.
Well,
Which
that's the
I
only
guess
thing
I
that
can
compels
see,
them
but,
to fuck is the fact that they're the only 2 that are close enough in age
Right.
that it will
yeah,
happen.
yeah, it's so dumb. But they're coming back, whole cast too. I was expecting someone to not be there.
Yeah. What's Tallahassee's name? What's the actor's name?
Woody.
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah,
He's pretty good in most movies.
yeah, I like him.
Uh,
They're all good. I mean, I don't really know
Emma
about the
Stone's
young
really
girl.
good. I don't know the young girl very well. I forget what the guy's name is, but I know he's a comedy actor. He's pretty good.
Jesse
Heisenberg. Or something.
Heisenberg.
It's not Heisenberg. That's from
It's
what?
Hindelberg.
Hindelberg or something.
It's
something
some
like
shit.
that. Some European name. But he's pretty good in most movies. He's pretty funny. The only thing I can remember that little girl from is the name just slipped me. What's that movie with like it's about the superheroes, and it's like
Really?
I want to say it's not Scott.
Oh,
Pilgrim
Eisenberg.
style.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Eisenberg. Oh, so the first one is close. The closest. The girl I'm thinking about is what's that? Kick-Ass. Remember that
Yeah, I never watched it, but I remember.
that pseudo superhero.
Her name is
movie?
Abigail Breslin.
Yeah, she was in Kick-Ass. She was like the girl with the pink hair.
Hmm.
It was a decent movie, but that's all I know. But the movie's bad.
But the new one, I mean, obviously the trailer like looks fine. Like there's a lot of action, but it's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be a lot of bad romance.
Well, you think about it. How are they gonna do it? There's no.
Well, there's just a lot more characters. They're just bringing in a lot more people to have drama.
Well, I mean, you watch like. I bet you there's gonna be like a love story and like a counter love story. Like I bet another girl shows up or something, or another guy shows up for them to get jealous of.
Right.
You know,
yeah,
that's
that's for sure.
that's for sure gonna happen. And then, at least when you watch shows like Walking Dead, you know when it was good, they have a motive, they have a goal, which is to find like a place to
Find a
stay
safe
or
place.
live, a safe place. You know where they can, make crops, where they can grow crops, and where they can, survive.
Make a new civilization.
But I'm having a hard time thinking that Zombieland's gonna do that.
Well, they haven't. They haven't even stopped for more than a second in any place, you know?
Yeah.
But, oh well. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not going to...
Fingers crossed. They're going to make a lot of money off of it just because people want to see the second one.
Yeah.
I mean, that to me is one of those movies that, regardless if everybody goes home to their family and says, yeah, that was the shittiest movie I've ever seen, they're still going to go, oh, well, Zombieland 2, let's go see it. Gonna be fun. You know?
It's going to get a lot of people. Well, just a lot of people that... Did a lot of people love the first one? I don't really remember. I mean, we did because we were in middle school, and it was funny because there were zombies and fucking. Like...
And blood. And
right.
one of the cool things about the first movie was the production. Like...
The CGI.
The CGI was cool, and then I think about... you remember when the Zombieland logo comes up, and it's like fiery, and there's like the thing spinning around it, and it's...
Yeah, that was
orange
really...
and black. That was really cool. And then when the rules pop up and there's like an animation with the rule,
Right,
like
and the
for
rules
double
are
tap
like
or
in
for, like,
life. Like he like walks past the rules. Like,
yeah,
that stuff looks pretty good. And the CGI of the zombies and the costumes are really good. But
and I think I like the whole concept of him having his rule book. I think it's pretty cool. But
he's gonna break his rules though.
maybe that's gonna be the story for number 2. I mean, that was kind of the
Someone's gonna die, right?
that was the climax at the end of
Yeah, he had to.
that was the story for number one. Now that I think about it, because one of his rules was don't be a hero, and he goes, "Fuck it, I'm gonna be a hero." That was the story, and then they
then they fucked. They got fucking dirty in the sack. All right. So I guess I want to say we're looking forward to Zombieland 2, but not really.
I don't think I am looking forward to it.
Whatever.
I think I'm gonna let it happen. I'm gonna probably see it, and then we'll talk about it again.
All right, since we're on the topic of movies, let's talk about Cats. Because everyone's freaking out, and I don't fucking
Freaking
get
out
it.
in what way? In a way that they're
I don't
excited
know.
for it?
No, okay.
Or in a way that it's creepy? Because guess what? It's fucking creepy.
It's not that creepy. I don't know why everyone's like, oh, the cat people are so weird. I don't hate it.
That's what you're talking about. Okay.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it. I don't really think it's creepy. I mean, I just said it's fucking creepy, but it's kind of weird.
I mean, it's new. It's not creepier than the Broadway costumes. Those Broadway costumes are fucking horrible.
But the whole concept of a play and the whole concept of Broadway is to get dressed up with all your makeup and, your cat claws or your whatever.
I think they look
perform.
cool.
It's cool, but it's not needed, if you ask me. And where are they gonna go with it? I don't know very much about it. All I've seen is like clips of the cats and.
I don't know. They're just probably gonna do the musical but the cast is an all-star cast. Like
it was like Taylor Swift and.
Oh, yeah, well,
was Taylor Swift in there?
Yeah.
That's just the random white celebrity female that I.
Dude, I'm gonna look it up. Dude, they have a crazy cast. Okay, Taylor Swift, James Corden, Jennifer Hudson. Hudson. Ian McKellen, Idris Elba, Judi Dench, Rebel Wilson, who I don't fucking see.
So you're telling me they're gonna slap a cat suit on Idris Elba?
Dude, he looks badass. You should see the pictures of him.
Does he look like Black Panther?
No.
Not fucking badass.
But he looks fucking badass. Let me tell you, he's like the dark street cat. All right, whatever. I've never seen. All right, Jason Derulo.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it's a big, and then they have a bunch of people that do ballet. They're professional dancers, and so they're in it. Obviously it's a huge production, and I don't know. I hate Rebel Wilson though. I gotta say that.
Who is Rebel Wilson?
She's the fat girl from Pitch Perfect, and everyone thinks she's so funny because she's fat.
Oh yeah, I don't like her either.
And she falls, and everyone's like, "Oh, look at that, she fell."
I didn't know her name was Rebel Wilson, but I do know. Oh, I'm thinking of something McCarthy.
Oh,
I'm definitely bad to think just the two fat white girl actresses together.
I mean, but this is Rebel Wilson.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about now, but I don't see the comedy in either of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's so forced, so obnoxious, just not funny to me.
Melissa McCarthy. She's actually pretty funny, I think. Don't really know too much.
Yeah, Rebel Wilson's definitely worse, but
she's funny in Mike and Molly. But
I think she's in like Bad Bosses. Is that her?
Melissa McCarthy? She's in Mike and Molly. That's what her big,
Okay, I'm thinking of a movie that I remember her from, but it's probably not Bad Bosses.
There's another. Whatever. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
All right. So yeah, I don't see the big deal with cats. And oh, dude, I love when people that just see the internet memes have an opinion about it. Like today, I'm talking to a bunch of people, and I'm like, "What do you think about it?" They're like, "It's gonna be awful. I fucking hate it." And I'm like, "Why?" And they're like, duh. Haven't you seen the memes? It's gonna be awful."
Oh, get cultured, you fuck.
And I'm like, "Yeah, I have," and they're dumb, and you're dumb. It's so funny when people don't have a real personality, so they just throw up what they see on the internet.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the reason why it's not appealing to me is because I don't really like the fake cat get up, I feel like if they're going to make a movie, I don't know the story of Cats. I don't know if they're basing it off of another story. I'm sure it's pretty important that they're cats.
It is, yeah.
But I feel like stories, if you need human actors to play the roles, they should either animate it and make them actual cats, or they should play them as humans. I don't think it should be in between. That's why it's weird to me.
I just don't give a fuck. It's like,
I really don't give a fuck either.
right.
But
Well, it's just, the movie's about what the movie's about. that.
yeah.
So whatever. I really don't care. I'm probably not going to see it, so I don't really care. But all right, I got a what are the odds? I've thought about this a while ago, and
Do you think everybody would know what are the odds is? Or should we explain it?
I'm sure a lot of people know, but
Give it a quick rundown.
all right. So I'm gonna ask Jordan what are the odds of something, and then he's gonna give me a number.
That's the odds that I'll do that thing.
Like
1 out of 10,
right.
1 out of 50, one out of 100.
And so then I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, and then on the next count, we're both gonna say a number that's between 10 or 15 or whatever.
The one that I pick, the odds that I
Right.
pick.
And then if we say the same number, he has to do it. If we say different numbers, he doesn't have to do it. But if they add to be
the odds.
the number, we both do it. I'm gonna do it anyway, so don't.
Yeah, I'm sure it's I'm not gonna ruin it, but I think I know what it is.
Do you?
Yeah. No, do it. Just do it.
Okay.
I'll tell you. I'll be honest.
All
I'll
right.
tell you.
What are the odds that you read the Satanic Bible in 1 week from today? You complete it, and then you give everybody a synopsis at the end. It's only 200 and something pages.
Okay, I want to say this. I don't think it needs to be a what are the odds, because I do want to read it.
But in a week?
I have to finish the whole thing in 1 week?
Yeah, that's the what are the odds.
Oh, okay. I'll give it pretty low odds, because I can read a 200-page book
It's
in a
200
week.
and
That's
hold
nothing.
on, let's Google it.
Yeah, I could read a 200-page book in a week. That's nothing. Son.
Bet.
Okay, what are the
All right,
odds?
272 pages.
In a week, that's doable.
Anton Levy.
What are the odds? Let's go 10.
Damn.
Is
That's
that
low.
too high?
No, it's low.
That's low. Okay. All right.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3,
7.
4.
I'll still read it, though.
All right, yeah. Well, yeah, we'll both read it.
Sounds pretty interesting. I mean, I don't know anything about it other than the fact that it's the Bible for the Church of Satan, but I like to see different.
Yeah, there you go. It's apparently interesting. It's very popular.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really hoping that you'd have to read it like fast though.
I mean, I'll try to read it fast because you wanted.
Oh well, it doesn't really matter. I was just doing that because that was a funny. What are the odds? We're not gonna do a us versus this week. We didn't really prepare one, so we tried to think of one fast, but
crap happens.
Yeah, crap happens. Crap happens. So we'll do one next week. Maybe it'll be us versus Spytron.
We already won.
Yeah.
The dude could have a gun and be 15 feet away from us, and I think we won.
Yeah. We'll have him on the ground and say, crap happens. And throw him in the hot tub.
And then we'll shit on his forehead because crap happened.
crap happened to you, bitch.
One of the questions I wanted to ask that I'm curious about is today.
You want to ask me?
Just in general.
Okay.
I think this is a good thought process to just put out there, and I'm sure I'm not the first. I certainly hope I'm not the first to think this, but it seems to me that in today's world, everybody seems to kind of be focused on cutting back on carbon emissions.
Oh, right.
Right. We talked about this the other day, but it's interesting because, Elon Musk talks about wanting to ban gas-powered vehicles in a short time frame. His short time frames.
Yeah,
They're
2025.
It's like 2025 or 2030 or 2040. I think it's pretty near. It's soon. But I wonder if the answer isn't to cut carbon emissions, because I just bought a new vehicle. I spent good money on a new vehicle that is gasoline powered.
It's a Toyota, so it's gonna last.
It's gonna last forever. The truck it's a truck and it could last 50 years probably and be just fine because that's what Toyotas are known for. I wonder if I just think about all the people that buy vehicles and how hard it would be to just up and say, "Hey,
Well, just
fuck
a
you."
flip so quick.
Yeah, just fuck you. You can't have that anymore. You have to have electric.
Yeah, that's why it'll never happen.
That's my thought. I don't think it's gonna ever happen, and I don't know how they would do it if it did happen. So I wonder if the thought should be shifted from cutting back on the carbon footprint and more towards countering the carbon footprint. You know,
Right.
like
No, I understand.
there's a really high production of carbon. Obviously, a lot of carbon put into the air. I wonder if I'm sure people have thought of these things,
Right.
considered these things, and researched it. But I wonder if it would be better to try and make efforts to taking the carbon out of the air so that we can continue using petroleum and driving gasoline-powered vehicles, but also
The thing is, I'm sure if there was a way, it would be done. Like, we would be doing it, right?
right. But I mean, I've heard people have found ways to take carbon out of the air and make it into like a carbon compound that's like, what do they call it? It's like a polycarbonate or something. It's like a really light, strong substance that they can use for aircrafts or cars,
Okay.
or you could use it as. I don't think you might be able to make a plastic out of carbon or something, you know. But
And you want to just, I don't know. I just don't think there's a way. With the technology we have now, I just don't think there's a way to, vacuum up the carbon molecules and
right, but I'm saying,
condense
what
them.
if we shift in that direction and we do get to the point where
Because if something needed to happen,
Right.
we could make it happen.
right, so like, what if we made machines that were solar powered, 100%, and literally all the machine did was take carbon out of the air and put it into carbon sheets,
Mm-hmm.
that you can use for the production of carbon fiber for vehicles to make your vehicles lightweight so that they don't burn as much gas, while at the same time taking the carbon out of the air. You could make, if you could make carbon cheaper, carbon fiber, carbon things, for, because it is possible. There's carbon fiber rims out there that people use for cars.
Right.
There's carbon fiber parts that people use for their cars to just cut back on weight. I mean, that's what a lot of race cars do. I wonder if they could do something that to up the production of carbon fiber by taking it out of the air and making vehicles lighter, which in turn would cut back on carbon because they wouldn't burn as much gas because they're lighter.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? I wonder if that would be a good sightline into the future,
All right. But
Obviously,
also,
I'm not an
that's
expert.
A
That's just me pitching something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely not. I really don't think I'm the first person to say something like this. But
right.
what we're doing now just isn't working. We're so far back.
Mm-hmm. That's just.
What do you think?
Yeah. The thing is, someone probably thought of that 10 years ago, and then they were like, "Okay, how can we do this?" I'm sure there's someone working on it right now, but I just don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they gave up because they couldn't think of a way with the technology we have now. We would have to have a new discovery in some, I don't know. If I knew, I'd fucking know.
But that's the thing. That's why I bring it up, because, 100 years, we didn't know what nuclear fission was.
Right.
We had no concept in our head what nuclear fission
Well,
was.
yeah, that's the whole thing.
We might have had that. We might have had a concept of it 100 years ago, but the concept of nuclear fission did not.
Well, that's the whole thing about what Elon said about, like, people really underestimate 100 years.
Right. So
you think in 1860 they were like, oh, in 100 years we're gonna be on the moon for sure? No way. It's not even a thought.
Right. And we might have a little bit better foresight now than they did in this 1860.
Right.
But
well, it's exponential.
Yeah.
How technology can go.
But I wonder if there's got to be some way, man.
And I'm sure it'll exist by the time we're old.
I hope so, because I think that would be our best bet.
Right. Yeah. Well, they're gonna pick the best way, and if that's better, cheaper, faster than just getting rid of things that cause carbon pollution, then they'll do it. But
is somebody here?
no, Well, I just had to look behind me because I was just making sure there wasn't a demon standing behind me.
Oh.
Because you looked right past me, so.
Oh, no.
And it would be rude to not introduce the demon onto the podcast or greet him in the room at least, without
Yeah, that would be pretty.
Not because I'm scared of a demon or anything. I would just be like, "Hey, what's up? What's up, my guy? Come sit down. We'll set you up another mic. You can talk to us about the Satanic Bible.
I really
Jordan's gonna read it."
I really wish I knew demon names so I could be like, "Hey, what up, Zuzu?"
That's actually one, dude. That's so funny. Yeah, that's like that's the one that they say. Yeah, okay. So
I've probably heard it.
Like when people use Ouija boards, and like there's an evil spirit that talks to them.
Is that Zuzu?
They say he's like a very common one to talk to. I don't.
Okay, that's so funny. I must have heard that. Fake. I must have heard that on one of my podcasts or something that I listened to. Yeah.
Well, I heard it not from last podcast. I heard it from Two Girls, One Ghost.
Oh.
But whatever. Who gives a fuck?
That's funny.
Yeah,
that's funny.
But it was funny you said Zuzu. Yeah, that was like very. I mean, he has a lot of names, but that you nailed the main one right.
Well, could it possibly be because Zuzu is ZU, and they're like right next to each other on a Ouija board?
Are they? No, they're not.
It's not QWERTY.
Oh, it's not.
It's ABCD.
Oh, right.
I think. Let's pull one up.
Yeah, it would be weird if they were QWERTY because they were invented before keyboards. It's definitely not QWERTY.
A Ouija board.
A Luigi board. It'd be funny to get a Ouija board that is like decorated to be Luigi merch.
Bro, it's so fucking funny that they're Hasbro.
Let me see. I know.
I search it up and it's like Walmart Ouija game by Hasbro.
Yeah.
It's just eating up.
The history of it is actually really interesting how they got to it. He's pretty far from you.
But oh yeah, it is pretty far. I thought it was 3 rows.
Maybe some are.
No, they're all pretty much 2 row. There he is again. Yo, you trying to be on the podcast? Get the fuck over here.
That really did scare me when you looked past me again. I was like, fuck. But yeah, quit fucking playing around. If you're gonna sit down, sit down. Quit trying to distract us from the shits. All right.
You're not scaring us by knocking on the door like that, okay?
All right. It's been probably an hour. Probably good there.
Yeah.
All right. Episode 1 and 2 are going to be up next week. Well, this week. It's Sunday today. So I'm going to be in Boston when they go up.
Boston.
And then we'll just be doing, weekly ones from there, hopefully.
That's the plan.
Keep up with the nice schedule. I'm having fun, and I feel like when we get better at it, it's going to be a lot more fun.
Yeah, I'm having fun too. How about when people say schedule?
Yeah.
Fuck those people.
Old fat people say schedule because their mouths are too lazy. What's another one today that I was hearing big time? Unbeknownst. Unbeknownst to me.
Unbeknownst to me.
Yeah, what? Yep, anyway.
Excited. We're happy. We're having fun. We already think we're getting way better.
We're already getting better.
Yeah,
especially from not last week's, but like the episode we tried to record like 3 months ago. Yeah, we'll be back next week, and we'll have another segment. You know what we should do every week? We should talk about the book we're reading. Oh, I didn't even talk about that. I wanted to. I'm reading Helter Skelter, the book about the.
Oh yeah, talk about that next week because you'll still be reading it.
Well, I'll be done by next week, so I'll do a little.
That'll be a good time to talk about. I'm reading nothing right now. I'm still in the middle of
Ender's Game.
Yeah. The second Ender's Game. What is it called?
Children of the Mind.
Children, yeah.
All right.
But it's pretty good so far.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we need to start doing that every week. We'll give an update on the book we're reading.
Okay.
But yeah, Helter Skelter is so good. They're closing in. Yeah,
I love the Beatles too.
Do you know why the book is called that? Okay, let me do a quick little one. Not the Tate murders, but the other ones. Fuck, I'm so bad at reading books because I don't absorb names or anything. But the other... Okay, so 2 murders pretty much happened like at the same time, right? So, well, a lot of murders happened. But
a lot of murders do happen.
2 different sites, all right? They wrote blood all over, like words and shit. And on one of the walls, they wrote...
You just did fucking blood.
Words,
fucking blood
on
the walls.
They wrote blood in blood. They just blood. No, they wrote Helter Skelter on one of the walls. It's pretty crazy. I don't know why yet because I'm not that far in, but But yeah, I'm excited to finish it.
Sounds good.
So we'll do a book review next one, or just a book update, and then we'll have an us versus for next week.
Yeah, definitely. I'll come up with one. I think we'll do a good one. I thought about the camel one. I think that one's pretty easy. I think we could fuck up a camel pretty easy.
You think the segment we talked about before? I want to save it for a while, and store a bunch of them.
Let it marinate.
Right. Well, I want to maybe in a couple episodes announce that we're gonna do it, and then hit her home. I think it's gonna be so funny. They crack me the fuck up.
Yeah, I think we're gonna nail them too.
Yeah, they're so funny. But yeah, we'll bring that one in. We just need to have not like, I want to talk about this and this and this. Once we can just like get in and just talk about everything, it'll be a lot easier.
We definitely want to do an us versus. I want to hit wheelchair fencing again.
Oh yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
I
want to get more data on that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about a movie. I think another movie would be cool. Maybe we could talk about Inglourious Bastards next week. That's one of my favorite movies. I can watch it next week. Yeah, so maybe we should do that.
And then we'll do a book, a movie.
Book, a movie.
And us versus every once in a while.
Us versus every once in a while.
Current event. We didn't talk about video games at all.
Loosey goosey. Video games will happen. I don't think there's much to talk about right now,
The only thing I can think about is Hero and Smash.
Yeah, which is pretty funny. I mean, he's broken, but
as fuck.
That's pretty much all we need to say about it.
All right, well. Oh yeah, and we're set up in the new place. I mean, it's not going to be our permanent place, but we're not in my apartment this time.
Yeah.
So, but it's coming along.
Yeah. Comfortable.
Yeah, I am. So, I guess next week we might be in a little bit more permanent situation, but it'll be good.
Excited.
I'll be back here next week.
Fuck yeah. All right. See y'all later.